What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review of The Never Ever Mets. This is Season 2, Episode 10, and let's go ahead and get right into it, y'all. We have made it to the last episode of the season, okay? The next time we see these people will be at the reunion. I am so glad that there is going to be a reunion, because, baby, there's definitely some questions that need answers, okay? All right, let's go ahead and talk about this episode. We learned that there are only 2 days left in this house. And for some reason, Cinco says that he can see Chris leaving with Alexis. In what world? Like, I would never expect for Chris to leave with Alexis because, I don't know, since we've been watching this, it's not giving that he even likes her. Like, everything she was doing was a problem for him. And he has so many childhood traumas. I'm surprised that Cinco says this, but again, he's been around these people more than we have. We only get an hour of what they want to show us, and he's there with them 24 hours a day. Nonetheless, when he brings up Kiki and Brandon, he's like, no, they going their separate ways. And honestly, at this point, I feel like, Jay and Cinco, they really were the couple that did not have as much drama. Like, yeah, they need to figure out, where they're going to move next. But baby, they have been coasted by, haven't they? All right, but that's enough of that, okay? Charlie ends up coming in, and they're like, so Charlie, what you gonna do? And she's like, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I'm just like, Charlie, your answer should be getting away from that man. That's what you should be doing. Every time anybody look your way, you should be like, I'm not going to choose Jared. I got to choose myself. But no, she's desperate for him. Now, y'all, we jump on over to Kiki and Brandon, and they go on a date. I said a date? Why are y'all on a date when you could be going home? Like, make that make sense. Now, this is the crazy part for me. Kiki says that she chose for them to go to Dave & Buster's because he has been moping around the house and acting like a kid, crying and stuff. So why not go play some games like a kid? I said, girl, what? Kiki, what's going on here, sis? Like, it's given that you really don't want this man, because the fact that you said that is wild. Also, why does she always say that he be moping around the house? Like, whenever we see him, I feel like he's shooting pool, talking to the guys, but my God, not moping. Nonetheless, I'm trying to figure out why they sent them to the farthest Dave & Buster's in LA. Like, the fact that that man said they passed up the Rams Stadium and they passed up UCLA, I'm just kind of like, where did they send y'all? Because the location that I'm thinking that they sent them to, yeah, I know it's some closer Dave & Buster's. I know for sure. I don't know why they had that long car ride. Nonetheless, they get in there, they play a few games or whatever, and here's the thing. They decide to talk about, oh, how'd you feel when we first start talking? And I guess he slid in her DMs by sending like some heart eye emojis. Now, when asked about what was his favorite part of this experience, he said meeting Kiki for the first time, right? However, at this point, they have some issues. And he feels like he definitely has trust issues with her because her whole situation with her ex. And now he's operating off of mixed emotions. Now, for him, it makes him like question, does she have any more secrets, or will she go back to her ex? And if I'm being honest, it seems like if her ex was to give her another try, she would go for it. Just saying. Kiki still don't seem like she's over him, because I feel like if you were, you would have kept this a secret for as long as you did, okay? So, here goes Kiki. She's like, well, I can see myself with him because they have fun together. And I'm just like, are we watching the same show? Are you participating in the show that I'm watching? Because Kiki, what are you talking about? Like, you done played in this man's face so many times at this point. Like, I am so over her. I just feel like even though Kiki has like this soft-spoken voice and like she tries to give off this like, oh, I'm so shy, I'm so innocent, she's none of those things, okay? Moving on, y'all, we gotta get to Charlie. Y'all, Charlie. She plans this date with Jared, and it's like a little picnic, right? So here's the thing when it comes to this date. Basically, Charlie wants to be chosen. Instead of her choosing herself, she wants Jared so bad, right? So I honestly don't even know why they keep having these couples talk about, what happened when they first met. Listen, we got to get to the issues at hand, okay? I don't care about the first date and them doing pottery. I really don't. My question is, did y'all catch when she said that she sent him an Xbox? And then after that, that's when she got his name tatted? I'm like, girl, why was you sending that grown man an Xbox? I'm sorry, what? Like, I don't know what Charlie does for a living, but clearly she making a nice amount of money, number one. Number two, I'm still trying to understand how and why you got his name tatted, yet he has yet to do the same for you. That's weird. You tatted a man's name that you ain't even met in person? That is crazy. Nonetheless, he basically tells her about how she is just his best friend, okay? There's never anything going to come between them because at the end of the day, she is his best friend. Like, she wants this man so bad, and I'm just trying to understand, Charlie, is this a situation where you tried to buy him? Like, you out here buying Xboxes and who knows what else? Was you sending him money? I'm just trying to understand what's the dynamic here. And Jared, he ends up telling her that, a yes for them would look like them going home, visiting each other, and he would be looking for a job in her area, right? But at the same time, this would also be Jared picking up and leaving his own child to go be around hers. And for me, I'm giving that a side eye because it's like, that is wild for you to pick up and move and kind of disregard what's going on with your own child. You know what I'm saying? In that perspective, I do kind of feel like, Charlie, be so for real, okay? For you to expect for somebody to just pack up and move, and it's very, very clear that Jared is not the primary custody holder. Yeah, that's a lot to ask for. I can't even hold you. Now, he does tell her what a no looks like. Now, for him, the no, it basically is them going home. They can still visit each other. And he doesn't want to put any expectations on the situation. Okay, cool. So basically, you want to come to her city, smash and dash, and then that's pretty much it. Y'all go back to, I guess, talking on the phone sometimes. Got it. Baby, he just want to be friends with you. Like, honestly, like I said in my other review when his sister was in town, he was trying to put the ball in her court so that way she could get the clue to be like, listen, this ain't working. It's way too many kids for me to have. And I think he was expecting for her to be the one to call it off. But she ain't calling it off. So now he got to try to friend zone her. Now he got to reroute and try to friend zone her. And she still ain't getting it. I'm like, girl, come on. Like, this man done called you bestie at least 10 times. Like, what's happening? Like, she's literally in her feelings, and she feels like, she wants to be so much more than friends. And also, she doesn't like the fact that he's trying to friend zone her. Like, it literally was a moment where she had to walk away to, like, gather herself. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Just choose yourself and your kids. Like, in her confessional, she says that, I gave him a part of me, like, physically. And here's my thing, girl. Yes, you slept with him, but it wasn't like he forced you to do that. You wanted to do that. Like, and on top of that, I can't even take you seriously, considering another time where you gave somebody your body, you ended up with a child. So, Charlie, and you didn't even know that man. At least you know Jared's name. Like, you didn't even know your last child's baby daddy. So, I'm kind of giving you a side eye, sweetheart. Like, Charlie, she gets super emotional. She over there crying. And at the end of the day, this man says he is satisfied with the conversation. Like, It is so crazy to me that she's not getting it. I'm just like, Charlie, please. Why are you clinging on to Jared so bad? Like, what does he have that we not knowing about? But moving on, when Charlie gets back, she has a conversation with Alexis, and she is going on about Jared being her dream man. And Alexis is like, listen, you have said that this man has checked off all your boxes. Well, baby, what did he check off? What was in those boxes? And I said, you know what, Alexis? Now that right there, come on, sis. Come on. Because that right there was a valid question, okay? That was definitely giving a woman who has lived, a woman who's had some life experience, and she raised a valid question, okay? And the answer was, well, it's all in the way he treats me. She started listing off the fact that he brings her breakfast and things around the house. And Alexis is confused because she's like, so nobody has treated you better than that? And she's like, no. Girl, you are literally appreciating things that are the bare minimum. And also, you are in a contained space. Y'all are not in the real world. Sure, he'll bring you a plate of food in his house because y'all film it and it looks good on TV for him to be bringing you food. He don't know what footage they gonna use or not. However, in the real world, I do not think that man would bring you a plate. I really don't. So she goes on to say that she feels like Jared becomes the ideal man for whatever woman that he's dating. And I'm just kind of like, what made you come to that conclusion? Like, I feel like she made a few comments that made me give her a side eye because she kept saying things about like other women. So I'm like, hold on. Within the 4 years that y'all have been talking, like, what the hell have y'all been talking about? Did he tell you about past experiences? Or did you know somebody that dated him? Like, I'm just trying to understand how we got to this point. But nonetheless, Alexis is like, you know why all of this is going on? It's because you tolerate it all. And I say, yep, you are absolutely right. Listen, Alexis, you should have been the one that everybody was talking to in the house because you ain't saying nothing wrong in any of this. Like, she literally told Charlie, you need to go fall in love with yourself first and then try to figure out the dating world and go take care of your kids. How about that? Alexis, listen, I'm giving you a side eye because you kept wetting down your wigs, but you all right with me. You all right with me. Moving on, we get to the last dinner, and Alexis got a new wig on, y'all. I don't know if she blow dried the old one or if she just stopped wetting it down, but honestly, this looked like it is a new wig. I love that for her. I'm mad that we had to wait till the last episode, but at least she got a new one on. So everyone is talking about their experience so far, and they realize that there are 4 rooms available. So, you know, if anybody trying to get things popping, do your thing. Alexis, she pipes up and is like, oh yeah, we the only ones who haven't used the boom boom room. I'm sorry, what now? I gotta put a pause on that. When did Kiki and Brandon do anything? They ain't said a peep. They ain't said a word about Kiki and Brandon getting it popping. And I feel like that was something that we needed to talk about. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because I just feel like that adds more to the story because they have been on the outs so much. I'm just like, at what point did they get to the point where they wanted to be intimate with each other? Was it the night when she said for him to touch her? I got questions that need answers. But nonetheless, back to Alexis. So like I said, she wanted to go to the boom boom room, right? And Chris said he ain't going up in there. I said, Chris, what is going on? Like, it was absolutely giving. He ain't checking for Alexis, right? Now, y'all, here come Taronda out of nowhere. I'm like, girl, why is you here? Why are you here? Like, I don't know, y'all. It is just something about this show having a host that makes no sense for me. Because she doesn't exactly add anything to the show. And I did see that she's going to be hosting the reunion. I think that may be a great space for her. But her popping in randomly, no. Absolutely not. Because the same way how I think one of the castmates said that they had found a basket with a game in it, we need to do that for the rest of the season. I mean, not the rest of the season, for all the next seasons. Send baskets to the house and say, hey, so-and-so, you guys are going on a date today. Hey, we're going to go outside and do this activity. Like, I would rather y'all just send some baskets in than to waste the time of somebody to be a host. Let's be so for real. So, they play this game, right? I didn't care about none of the answers. We only got to talk about Jared. Because then Jared, he says that he does not believe in monogamy. Now, I feel like he said this because he is trying to shake Charlie. I mean, she is attached to him like a tick. Okay? She is blood-sucking right now. And he is trying to shake her in any way, shape, or form. Like, I feel like he's trying to say, girl, take the hit. And she's like, no. Now, in her confessional, she's saying how, that makes sense for him to say that because he can't commit. I'm like, girl, listen, I don't know if it's that he can't commit or he just won't commit to you because you got all these kids that you had hidden. I don't know. But at the same time, Charlie, again, it is hard for me to feel bad for you when you don't even put your kids first. And that's a problem for me. But we're going to go ahead and move on. Alexis is still trying to get into this room, y'all. She is still trying to go to the boom boom room. And he said God told him don't go in there. Oh, y'all, I'm not trying to laugh. But the fact that now this man decided to become a holy roller overnight is crazy. Talking about God told me not to go in there. Like, he just do not want to go. So, he says that he wants to do what's best for him. And at this point, he still don't know if he want to choose her. So, at this point, she's preparing herself to hear him say no. Like, I just feel like in that moment, if I was Alexis, I would have been like, okay, bet. Packed my stuff. Said, all right, y'all. Good night and goodbye. Because it would have been over. Because how do you not know we've made it this far? You're taking too long. You're taking too long, buddy. And honestly, it looked like nobody got no action that night because Jared, Brandon, and Chris was all in the same room. Now, Cinco and Jay, they might have been doing their own thing, but not them three. However, we did see Jared come to see Charlie in the middle of the night, and she said that he was like apologizing and stuff. Baby, please. The only thing that man was trying to do is smash one more time. That was it. He was just trying to smash one last time and then call it a day. Now, y'all, we get to the last day. Everybody is packing up. Brandon pulls Kiki to the side and tells her, listen, the 4 times that you flaked on me, I did not think it was because of another man or because it was your ex. He literally thought that she was flaking on him because she wasn't confident, she wasn't so sure about the situation, and like anything else besides another person. Now at this point he tells her, listen, we gotta go our separate ways. I think that we should both go heal and, fix our traumas and, leave it at that. Now, I will say this. I did respect the fact that he did not try to, blindside her, which is cool. So, here's the thing. Her response was surprising to me because her response was, oh, I thought you were one way when I met you, but you were disappointing. I said, wait, what? Where are we going with this? So then she says, because I had to walk around on eggshells because you're just so moody. I said, wait, what are we watching right now? I feel like Kiki, yes, you may have had to, change a little bit, but honestly, the things that he was asking of her was not too hard. When he said for her to drink less, like, that's not something that is very hard to do, Kiki. Like, you the one who's over there fumbling and bumbling and sucking that nasty thumb all over the place, which is crazy to me. But nonetheless, I was just surprised by her response. Moving on, we see Alexis and Chris talk. According to him, he has made up his mind and he feels like they both have a lot of growing to do. I will say this is the most adult conversation that we have seen them have, because, yeah, they don't really talk to each other that much from what we've seen. Now, he surprisingly told her that he wants to leave with her. Well, surprise, surprise, because I did not expect for him to say that. I just didn't. I don't know what could have changed. I don't know if he trying to get that furniture that they win at the end. I don't know what's happening. Or if it's that he just didn't want Jay and Cinco to be the only couple walking away together. Because I just don't see it. Now we jump on over to people leaving this house. Brandon and Kiki, they're the first to go. We all know they're living separately. Y'all, I hollered when that man decided to go ahead and roll his bags right out that door and not look back at Kiki. And she was struggling with the bags, okay? I was laughing. I was cackling because he was not trying to help her at all, baby. I feel like he swung that door open, and if it would have closed in her face, he wouldn't have cared, okay? So keep in mind, Kiki just said bye to everybody and gave out hugs and all the things. By the time they get to the car, he's loading his stuff in the back of the van, and she's at her car, and she yells over, "You're not gonna say bye to me? Like, you're not gonna give me a hug goodbye?" Baby, that man looked over and said, "Adios, Kiki." Baby, when I tell you that had me laughing, I had to rewind that like a couple of times. Because I thought it was hilarious. Like, girl, just get in the car, okay? Because he wants no part of anything you got going on, okay? Now, moving on, we see Jay and Cinco. Of course, they leave together. We already knew that was going to happen. Chris and Alexis, they leave together. And she says that she plans on relocating to Dallas. We will see when this reunion comes around what happened, because I don't think she relocated. I just don't. Now, we get to Jared and Charlie. I was so annoyed because why are we going to the backyard? What's happening right now? The decision should have already been made. What's happening? So they literally go walk outside to some like sitting area, and of course he tells her no and tells her that she deserves someone who's all in on her, and he can't be that. So now she feels like she wasted all of her time, or should I say he wasted her time and dragged her along. Girl, not you saying that he dragged you along when you went willingly. You willingly went with him, okay? She feels like all of this is one-sided, and, you know, she feels like a fool. And my whole thing is this. I'm not understanding how Charlie is like super certified, victim, when, again, after you told that man you got all those kids, he tried to tell you that it was not going to work. Okay, you cut him off and told him, please, just try with me, please, please, please. That was you begging. So you got what you asked for. He tried. He tried to be nice to you. He tried to do all the boyfriend type things for you. All the things that you wanted. Girl, you got what you asked for. Sorry to tell you. Now, moving forward, I hope that you choose better. Okay? She then went on to say how, this is exactly how he treats other girls. And again, I'm a little confused because what was the dynamics between Jared and Charlie before? Because how do you know that? How do you know how he treats other women? I'm a little confused here if you've never seen him in a relationship with somebody else. Like, I will say this. In the grand scheme of things, Jared should have went on ahead and walked away from his situation. Absolutely. He shouldn't have even tried to pursue this once he found out that she had all those kids. And he knew in his heart of hearts that this is not what he wanted. However, like I said, with her basically throwing herself on him and saying, you gotta just try with me, girl, that basically opened up the door for him to do whatever he wanted to do. But y'all, yeah, they left separately, and that was the episode. I cannot wait for the reunion. Hopefully Taronda asks all the good questions. Let me know what y'all thought about this last episode of the Never Ever Mets. Are y'all surprised that some people, aka Alexis and Chris, went home together? I know I was. And yeah, let me know what y'all thought about this episode, what y'all thought about the season. I mean, I feel like this season was actually cool. Like, every episode, it was something going on that you would give, like, a side eye to. But, yeah, let's talk about it in the comments. Go ahead and like my video, share it, subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to y'all in my next review. Bye, guys.